Hey guys, it's POC3442 here. I'm back. I thought it was kind of important to maybe update because I haven't talked about a lot of stuff since with my new setup here that just finished not too long ago. As you can see, instead of being on the ground, it's now supported on cinder blocks there. That's for two reasons actually. One, to kind of get it off the ground in case I want to put some piping in later, but more importantly, so I can get a little bit higher than those 55-gallon tanks, because you notice those, it needs to be about 4 inches higher, and because I also now have my aerator down there. Outside it might not matter at all, but inside the aerator makes noise, kind of annoying, but when you put it under there, it's pretty quiet. And the water pump is so quiet it really doesn't matter at all. So let's start out how the fish going. I haven't got my fish yet. I'm just trying to cycle it right now. I just added my ammonia today. Sitting at about 0.5, probably need to increase it a little bit. But no nitrates, no nitrites. If you look inside, you'll notice I have two aerators running right now. I have, there's that standpipe going in there. It goes from the middle all the way to the side of the tank there. Comes out with the uniseals. Just want to say thanks, Gary, for putting me onto those. Make it a whole lot easier than making a regular seal, or a bulkhead fitting seal, and a lot cheaper too, guys. So you really need to check those out. So then that's just a 1.5 inch pipe. I didn't seal any of them with using any of the purple cleaner or the cement or the PVC cement, just because I thought that later if I take anything out, if I want to modify it all, it'll be easier, and the fish aren't really going to be knocking around in there. So basically, it just comes straight in there. It's kind of hard to see, but then it goes to a 45-degree angle, and it goes all the way to the bottom there. And I have it cut so it's resting about 1/4 inch off the bottom, so it'll suck up any stuff in the middle. You'll also notice that the water coming out of the grow bed there, because it's a continuous flow, like if you're into a raft system, but I have gravel in mine, and it comes out continuously, and it's kind of hard to see, but it does make a swirling motion. It's kind of hard to do with a square, but it's better than nothing, and we'll see how it works, I guess, in the end when it comes out in the wash. So it comes in out of the fish tank and goes in this first 55-gallon barrel. Now, I'm not going to take the top off here, but if I was, what you would see is the pipe comes in, straight in, and then points to the right. And it basically just causes a swirling motion in the 55-gallon barrel. So that basically gets all my solids kind of in the middle, and so it's easier to clean out, so I can just lift it up, take a shot back, clean out in 2 seconds, real quick and easy. Then when it comes up, you'll notice I got these nice little buckets. They fit perfectly in there. Walmart and Myers both had them for Halloween. To put holes in them, at first I tried using a drill. All it does is crack them. But instead, a little tip I found is take a piece of copper pipe, whatever size the hole you want to make. So I was doing 1/4 inch holes. So I took a 1/4 inch size copper pipe, heated it up with a blowtorch, and just melted the holes. This was awesome for two reasons. One, they didn't crack. Two, it makes a nice clean hole, and also makes a little lip around it, so it kind of strengthens it so it's not weaker. Because if you're just going to make a regular hole, you'd have just a regular hole, but it makes a nice little burn lip. If you ever burned rope, it'd make a little more sense. And here are some nice burnish pads for cleaning. I have a friend that works in the cleaning industry, and he got me those free of cost, so that was pretty nice. So basically I have the holes, and then I have these inside of it, and these are kind of a filter to keep anything else, and in the bottom there is my crushed coral. Now, one thing I did try is using one of these. I tried having it like this, putting it on, having it go down in the coral, and then building up the coral around it, but I ran into a problem. Maybe it's because I'm only using 1.5 inch pipe. Maybe if I was using bigger pipe, it'd work better. But it just didn't work. It was restricting the water flow, and the water wasn't going into my pump tank quick enough. So, in addition, this little part here, like I said, none of this stuff's sealed, so I can just grab, if I grab on the left side, and then I grab this, I can just twist, and it'll come off. It's pretty snug. And it makes it. Then I can pull out this little thing pretty easy to clean. So then the water goes into my pump tank. Well, my pump tank's also my biofiltration tank as well. It is pretty easy. This is all K1 media. Right now it still floats. My understanding is it floats for a while until it gets bacteria, and since I just started out, my guess is going to be floating for a little while. I also have 2 air stones in here. It might go down to 1 air stone if I find out that's too much. But you also see this 3/4 inch pipe coming out, and that's hooked to my sump pump that you saw in my previous video. So the water just comes in naturally here. I thought I would have to put something over to keep the K1 media from going out, but instead I don't have to because the water just keeps coming in and coming in because it's trying to equalize. So basically I have one pump in the whole system. It's right here. It pumps the water from there up into the grow bed, in which reduces the water level in this barrel here, which then creates, you know, it's just gravity, guys. You know, water wants to go from a higher elevation to lower elevation. So then the water goes from here into here, and then the water goes from the tank into here. So it's kind of nice, just one pump. If the pump fails, I don't have to worry about anything overflowing, because this is just like a raft system minus the raft and with media instead. But it works out pretty well. I didn't want to do auto siphon. I thought this would work a little better. But I can always switch over to auto siphon because I already have an auto siphon made for it. So I have a 2-inch pipe with my 3/4 inch pipe here, or 1/2 inch, I don't remember. And it just goes down. It's kind of hard to see, but it just goes straight down in there and allows the water to come out, and I have that around it so it doesn't restrict the water flow coming out. So I just have my regular gravel here. I was going to do, before, I was really looking at doing some fun stuff, maybe some the clay stuff, or even real cheap lava rock. But the lava rock was out of stock, and they were going to have any more for the rest of the year, so I decided to stick with it. I know it's pH neutral. I know it won't have any problems, which brings me back to the crushed coral that I had in there. That's supposed to keep my pH around anywhere between 6.8 and 7.4. I won't really know till it's been going for about a couple days to find out what it's going to kind of settle down at. And at the end, I just have, it's basically the inside standpipe that I would normally have on if I had an auto siphon, but the bell part of the auto siphon's off, so it just comes off. So basically, it's pretty simple. It goes through, goes from the fish tank into the pump, you know, eventually the pump. And you'll also notice I have my grow lights up there. They're just, you know, attached up in the wall, and they're also, there's a little cleats on the back there, so I can adjust the height. Right now, you can see the height's not really not that adjusted that well because I got to add some more rocks still, because apparently I ran out of rocks somehow. But I look forward to seeing what happens. Hopefully I get my system cycled sometime this week, and or next week if it takes too long. And once I get my system cycled, I should hopefully be able to order some fish and put some fish in there. When I do that, I'll let you guys know. Thanks for watching. You guys have a good one, and remember, always check out Aquaponics HQ in the forums. A lot of helpful guys out there, and you guys have a good one. Bye.